skiers, welcome to phase 2, where we're going to be focusing on the interior of the race car, putting all the necessary bits inside of it. Got videos on removing the existing interior, the stock interior out of the car. And then we're going to put forth videos where we'll actually be putting this new stuff into it, the race car bits inside of it. So we got the two racing seats here from O&P. Really excited about these. I thought about getting the ones that wrap around your head as well with your helmet to give you more side protection. But when you see those come around the sides, if you think about it, if you're constantly looking forward, then yeah, that works just fine. But I think in this type of racing, I will be swiveling my head left and right quite a bit. And also I still plan on having this car on the street. And so having that bolstering come around the side is going to limit my vision when I turn left or when I turn right. And so I don't want that. So I went down to this level where you still have this amazing protection around your body as you're sitting in the seat. Great padding. I've already sat in it. It's very, very comfortable. And extra padding down here so you can maximize how your body fits inside the vehicle. There's also pads, additional padding you can put in here to give yourself more lumbar support if you need it. So I'm really happy with these two seats. I'm putting in two seats because, hey, I want other people to be able to ride in the car with me. And so obviously when I'm racing I can't do that. But again, this car will also be on the street, and so I want to make sure that I had a proper place for them to sit as well. So on top of that, I got the O&P seat belt harnesses. They're a six-point belt system and quick release setup here. And they're freaking amazing. They're just beautiful. And you can really tell that you're going to be really held tightly inside of the seat without question. And so also I have the bottom bracket here for when we're going to mount the seats on top of it, and then also the seat sliders. So the seat sliders will go in like this on top of the bracket, and then the seat itself with these, okay, will mount on top of here. Let's put that to the side. I don't think it's going to sit. Let's see here. So you'll have these. So I'm going to just kind of visually show it to you how this is going to work. Actually, this goes that way. The front has more positions, hold positions, and the reason why you want that is so you can figure out how you want to tilt the seat back. Because again, this is a bucket seat. It's a fixed seat position. So the only way you can tilt this seat back, if you need it for comfort, is to raise the front up and down. So it actually, which is where the signs are, right? So the signs on the outside, and that's where it allows you to tilt that seat backward. And then what happens is there are two holes on the side of the seat. So let me show them on this one. See these two holes here? And there's two holes on the other side, and that's where the holes that mount on the actual side bolsters that mounts to the seat bracket itself. So each bracket has its own purpose for why it's designed that way. I also want to take some time to go through this seatbelt harness itself. Again, 6-point seatbelt, so you have two positions that go down here, and actually they're one bracket. So the bracket down at the bottom is tied into this, right? So it's not going anywhere, right? That's part of this, okay? You can't take it off, all right? It's automatically in there. But those two belts come off of this position. Everything else clicks in, okay? So let's do this again. So we'll put in the side one first, okay? Put in this other side one. All right, and then make sure that, again, the signs kind of tell you how it should show, right? So we'll put in this one, and then the logos tell you, and put in that one. There you go. That's a six belt seat harness. All right, that's how that works. And then at the end of each of these, they have a safety release here to unhook them. But these eye bolts go into the floorboards of your race car, your car, sports car. And so that's why you need to remove the carpet. You need to know where all the holes are that you can mount these sort of things in place. Or if you have to, create holes, areas where you can screw this into. But basically all of these have them, okay? Where you have to mount these into the car for safety. Okay? So these go in, and you got to find out where it's appropriate to put them on your car. Based on, again, that's why you got to tear the carpet out. You got to take out the rear seat. You got to see where you can mount, like these bolts here, where you can put these. All right, moving along. Here's the steering wheel. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I wanted to stick with, whenever I decided to go this route doing a race car, I researched a lot and tried to figure out manufacturers that did multiple pieces of equipment. Because the one thing I didn't want to do is really do a hodgepodge of pieces across the entire car. Have different, 30 different manufacturers' pieces involved in my car. I really just want to stick with 5 major ones. O&P is one of them. Steeda is another. You've seen my Steeda suspension stuff. And so O&P is one of the top 5 I want to stick with. So having said that, they make steering wheels, but NRG makes this cool quick release for your steering wheel, okay? So I'm going to show you how we mount these, but basically using this contraption here, these quick release bars, you'll be able to disconnect the steering wheel off the steering wheel column, and that will help your ease of getting in and out of the car. Because think about this. So let me just show you. So think of this as the driver's. Move this out the way. This is the driver's seat, okay? And you're ready to race, right? Now, what's going to be in your way of getting in this driver's seat? No, we're not going to make the car doors like Dukes of Hazzard where they can't open, all right? In fact, that's against the SCCA rules. The car doors have to be able to open on the outside and on the inside of the car, okay? But what's going to be in the way here is, number one, this seat, even though you have sliders, it's still going to be only go so far, back and forth, okay? Secondly, you're going to have that roll cage, okay? So when you get in the car, there's supposed to be 2 side metal bars. You have the roll hoop, okay? That's on the inside of the car, right? And then you have this portion that comes over. Those are hoops that come over this part too, on each side, on top of that main hoop, okay? And then you got 2 metal bars on each side for impact reasons that are fixed. And so you got to, when you open that door, that car door open, okay? you got to get over your feet over those two bars and your butt over those two bars to get inside this seat. Well, you're going to have a steering wheel stuck here. Now, it's going to be much easier for the passenger because the passenger doesn't have this sort of contraption sitting out in front of them when they try to get inside over those bars, those side bars. But you as a driver will. So you want to be able to easily take this steering wheel off, okay? Take this steering wheel off, put it in the passenger seat. So when you get in over those bars, okay, get in over those bars, okay, and you can sit down in your seat. Then you're going to take it and then, or at least put it back in. You're ready to go. You see what I'm saying? Because think about this. When you're going to try and get back out of that car, you know, obviously, especially this leg right here, it's going to be tough. So again, you want to be able to take that steering wheel off, put it over here, and then be able to get out of that car. Now here's the thing. This is also for safety. In case there's an accident and they need to get you out of that car as well. Again, it's going to make it easier for them. They can quick release this steering wheel off and put it over here and be able to pull you out of the car over those bars that are here, part of that roll cage. So again, you have a roll cage chute. There's also bars that go back that way, back towards the trunk area, the rear seat passenger area. And then you've got bars that go down over the top. You have a bar across the top here, atop the windshield. You have another bar going across here. You can put it anywhere you want, but it needs to go across here. You know, across the top of the dashboard, in the dashboard, underneath the dashboard, whatever. But you have another bar here, and then you have two bars for side impact reasons. And those are fixed. So you've got to get, you know, you can see how low this seat is. So you got to get your butt and these legs over the top of that bar. And so when you think about doing that, this steering wheel is going to be in the way. So you want to be able to do a quick release off of that. And then we have this. So there's a bunch of other nettings that have to go in to your vehicle. And so one of them is another net that actually goes down the middle of the vehicle, okay? And this red thing is another quick release, okay? Goes down the middle and connects up to your dashboard. This part connects up to your dashboard, and this part connects up to your roll cage chute. And what this is again, to help you from, you know, in case of a crash or whatever, you don't go rolling this way toward the car, inside the car, and, you know, as a protection measure. Also for your arms, okay? And that's why you also have a netting, a window netting over here on your driver's side. In fact, you're not allowed to race with SCCA Touring 1 with your windows up. Your windows have to be down. Okay, again, this is for safety. In case there's a crash and they got to get inside to you, okay? They don't have to go busting windows in order to get to you, all right? So there's an open window here. So there has to be a net here, all right? I haven't bought the net yet because I want to install the roll cage first, all right? And then I can figure out what kind of style net I want, you know, on this side, all right? But this net goes over here, all right? So that's what that piece is as well. And then, speaking of the roll cage, well, these are the roll bar protectors. I got them in black because although red might look cool, all right, I didn't want a lot of red visually in my view as I'm driving the car. Does that make sense? I didn't, you know, obviously my accent colors, you've seen them already, they're red and gold. But I did not want, I didn't want anything of significant size of red or gold that would distract my view as I'm driving, okay? So I just wanted to be black. The interior of the car is black. These will hopefully in time, you won't even notice them hopefully in time as they're in the car. But this is to protect myself from the roll cage, because that roll cage is metal. And you can imagine whether I'm driving with a helmet or without a helmet, you know, we just certainly don't want to bump up against this metal. That's going to hurt. Boy, it's going to hurt. And so I don't want to hit my head, hit the metal. No way. I mean, that's going to hurt. So we certainly want that protection there. And then the last thing over here is we're going to take out the rear seats. And so when we take out the rear seats, we still want to cover that back seat. I want to separate the trunk area from the interior space of the car. And so, but it also provides some extra security measures where I can, you know, hide stuff in the car or whatever. So once one looks in the car, they can't see everything that's in the trunk. All right, if that happens again, this car is going to be on the street. When I go to groceries, when I'm going, I mean, whatever stupid thing I'm doing in the car, I don't want someone to be able to look inside the car and see that I've got bags from Macy's there in the trunk, because they can see all through the trunk. But this will help protect that. So this is where the rear seat back is, where the passengers in the rear sit. This is the back part that goes to the back of the trunk. And then these two items, they're still in the bag, but there's two of them. There's two of them here. All right, this is where you used to sit on. All right, these are not set up to be anybody sit on going forward. Again, I don't have any seat belts in the back anymore. It's not safe to have anybody sitting back there. That's definitely not the purpose of this. Is there some weight savings from doing this? Kind of, sort of, but it's not really done for that. Again, it's more done for safety. I want to be able to get access to all those bolts and holes in the back so I can know where I can mount my seatbelt harnesses, where I can properly have this roll cage delivered, have it set up, and there's like two arms that goes back toward the back of the car. I want to be able to get those in properly. So I just want to remove the rear seat altogether. So this kit here will help us do that. So the one last thing I want to show you, I think is really cool, is how these seats came. So these seats came from O&P in a box like this. I just think that's so cool. I mean, obviously it makes sense, but you know, that's how the seats came. And they made the box fit the shape of the seat. And I'm really happy with that. One last thing I want to mention is that when you think about picking out seats, you need to pick out seats that are going to fit you. And because each of these seats are, you know, they're around $1,000 a piece, okay? So you need to pick a seat that can fit you and fit your car, okay? Now, I picked this version of this seat because it had an XL version to it. Okay, what do I mean by XL? Well, it basically gives me additional centimeters width in order to put my bigger waist into it. So I'm about a 40-inch waist when I wear pants. And so when I sit down in this thing, I'm right up against it. And they don't make an XXL seat in this type of seat. Okay? So I am right up against it. Okay? I wouldn't recommend this seat for long extended drives. Okay? Because it's still, I mean, it's tight, which is what you want. I can certainly sit in this seat for a couple hours. But am I doing a drive, you know, 8-hour drive, you know, across the state? No, I am not going to do that in this car. So if there's a race that far and I don't have my truck and my tow hitch set up until that point, and that's a race I just can't be at, because I'm not going to be able to sit in this seat that long to do that sort of a drive and then feel any way, shape, or form to do anything else after that point. So, and this is an XL size again, all right? So I'm a 48 jacket. So if you want to compare yourself to me, I'm a 48 jacket, okay? 40-inch waist, all right? And if I wear like this t-shirt, okay, or in most of my t-shirts or shirts, dress shirts, I'm usually picking out an extra large, okay? And so this XL size seat just gets me. So I would not, if you're big like me, and I'm 6 foot, if you're big like me, do not get the regular size seat. You're going to regret it. You're going to have to return it and go get another seat. So all you're doing is wasting time. This came from O&P, okay? So this took weeks and weeks for these seats to come in, all right? So that's $2 grand out of my pocket for a month that I'm not able to do anything with until I'm waiting on these seats to finally get here, okay? So you gotta think about when you spend your money that way, make sure you understand, you know, when you're spending large sums of money, how long that money is going to sit until it literally gets to your house and it's delivered, and then you have to do all these other steps. So I ordered these early, and so I knew I didn't have to have that long pole in the tent waiting on for when I got to phase 2. So all this stuff was already here before I was to phase 2, all right? When the car was being worked on in the shop, all this stuff was already sitting here. So you have to think ahead like that, okay? So that you're not wasting time, all right? Because the sooner you get your race car done, the sooner you can go racing. And every month that passes is another opportunity lost for you to race. So think ahead, but also remember it's large sums of money that you got to plan out even further ahead to actually give up, and it's out of your bank account, and you're sitting here waiting for a month for this stuff to ship overseas, all right? This stuff came from overseas. O&P is an Italian company, by the way. Racing, they're like MoMA, all right? So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all the stuff I want to go over with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you understand what we're trying to accomplish here. We're serious about this racing business. I hope you are too. And please leave your comments below. Please share these videos with friends of yours. Request that they subscribe so I can put out more content like this. And we'll keep moving forward. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.